not the way I wanted to come on this live. I'm tired. I came tired and I'm tired. Like, woo! Do it. There's somebody threatening us right now in a way that I'm just like, you know what? Do it. Do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do it. Do it. You can't take any more that you have already taken. So do it. Do it.
Ally Carter is alive. No one kidnapped her or hunted her down, but allegedly she faked her own disappearance to save herself. This is something Katt Williams already predicted happens to those who exposed. Remember how Dave Chappelle also ran to Africa when they came for him. The same cycle is being repeated again, and it's way darker and more twisted than anybody originally thought. See, this all spins out of the same wild saga that's had the industry shook for months, the Diddy trial, and all those alleged celebs that are somehow linked to it. We talking about silencing people, trafficking, secret underground scenes, and one of the most disturbing pieces of it all, the case of Kathy White, Jay-Z's alleged pregnant mistress, who mysteriously ended up dead officially from a so-called brain aneurysm. But if you ask Jaguar Wright and a whole lot of other folks that have been keeping receipts, that's not even close to what really went down. Jaguar came forward saying Kathy wasn't just Jay-Z's side piece. She was also allegedly a surrogate, carrying none other than Blue Ivy Carter back when Beyoncé was rocking that infamous baby bump that many folks claimed looked way too fake. Kathy was supposedly the one who was actually pregnant, but right when Kathy was about to blow the lid off this whole arrangement, someone allegedly hunted her down. Jaguar said a forced C-section was performed, Blue was taken, and Kathy was unalived right after. Again, this is what Jaguar alleges happened. So, unless she drops heavy receipts to back up her claims, there is no way of knowing if it's true or not. Now this somehow connects back to Ally Carter. Ally Carter's been one of the boldest voices out here exposing the freaky side of the industry. She linked Kathy's death straight to J-Bay and Diddy, and that ain't just her talking. Hollywood Street King HSKA blogger who was first to expose Jay and Kathy's affair did his own digging. He spoke to an NYPD detective on the case, and the officer confirmed the death was considered suspicious. That aneurysm story didn't add up. Neighbors also heard Kathy screaming before her death, and the police conveniently brushed that off.
It's like you see it before it happens.
Kathy White's true killer is going to be unveiled, and it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
HSK even dropped an article on this that spread like wildfire before it was mysteriously taken down. In that article, it was revealed Kathy had told Jay she was going to go public about the affair unless she was paid. Days later, gone, and Ally Carter says it's not just Kathy. Diddy took out several people who were about to expose him, including his own baby mama Kim Porter. For months, Ally had been dropping bomb after bomb about the so-called freak-offs, the trafficking, and how powerful political figures were involved, including claims that she saw a former U.S. president at one of Diddy's events engaged in some shady activity with underage people.
They're not there to help you. And everybody is so worried about the elite, and we could give those names of Barack Obama, Joe Biden. We know about Michelle Obama, that's a man. We know about Too Short. We know about Akon and Steven Tyler, and we can give those names all day, and everybody is so worried about that. But what you should be worried about is the people that are in between, the people that go as low as your grave diggers. I was trafficked to people within my school.
That revelation alone made Ally a major target, and according to Katt Williams, the heat got so bad that she had to disappear. In fact, victim number 3 in Diddy's federal trial, who is widely believed to be Ally Carter, was scheduled to testify, but when her time came, she was gone completely. Off the radar, prosecutors couldn't reach her family couldn't reach her, and her legal team had no clue where she was. People started speculating hard. Did she get kidnapped? Was she silenced? Or did she fake her death or disappearance to survive? Now, when she went missing, it was reported that she was in contact with people like Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright, who allegedly knew where she was hiding, and now it is being reported that Ally Carter is very much alive but in deep hiding, and she would be making a statement soon on her YouTube Live or Instagram Live as to why she took the decision to leave. And honestly, the way the events unfolded, it makes perfect sense. Ally had already revealed that her home was raided, and she had been on the run. She was blowing the whistle on some of the most powerful players in the world.
We were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the price of speaking out. This is the price of speaking out. You get abused and re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue and back and forth this week like that. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that has.
Once you make claims like seeing a former president involved and expose how they cover for each other, that puts a target on your back like no other. And here's where it gets even more twisted. Katt hinted that the reason Ally faked her death is cause of Christina Karorum, Diddy's chief of staff. See, behind all those freak-offs, there was an orchestrator. According to multiple lawsuits, Christina ran the whole show, hiring people, supplying substances, cleaning up after the parties, and protecting Diddy at all costs. Ally reportedly had recordings and receipts on Christina right before her disappearance. She allegedly left a voice note for a friend detailing how Christina was the one enabling everything and was about to throw her under the bus to keep the machine running. Karorum came out later trying to clear her name, calling the allegations false and damaging to her mental health. But folks in the know weren't buying it. See, before all this, Diddy had already publicly acknowledged Karorum as the full custodian of his empire. He once posted, "Meet Christina Karorum, chief of staff at Combs Enterprises. Christina, aka KK, keeps everything in my life and my business running. She's been my right hand for the last 8 years and has consistently proven to execute and get done. Don't know how I'd function without her." That public praise spoke volumes, and multiple witnesses described Karorum as the gatekeeper of this underground world, and Ally Carter had exposed too. Much so, her disappearance felt all too convenient to add even more fuel. David James, Diddy's former personal assistant, testified in court about Diddy's disturbing behaviors. He said Diddy carried around 25 to 30 pill bottles, some with Obama's face on them. These pills weren't just innocent, we're talking ecstasy and other substances used to fuel the freak-offs. This testimony only reinforced Ally's prior claims about the dark rituals and substances being pushed at these parties.
Allegedly carried pills with Barack Obama's face on them. As the rapper's federal trial for trafficking and racketeering continues, his former assistant, David James, shared that he often carried around 25 to 30 undisclosed pill bottles, including a set of pills that had the 44th president's face on them. James said on the witness stand for People magazine, who had reporters in the courtroom, there were various pills, but one was in the form of a former president's face.
When you stack all this, it starts to make real sense why Ally Carter had to fake her disappearance, because in this game, once you expose too much, your options get real limited. Either you disappear on your own terms, or they make you disappear for good. And here's another layer. This whole thing ties back to Jay-Z allegedly setting up Diddy. According to Jaguar, right, Jay lined up Diddy as the acceptable monster to take the fall first, while Jay stayed in the shadows. But if Ally Carter had testified, it would have pulled Jay into the spotlight too, which is exactly why forces way bigger than Diddy wanted her silenced.
You have said that you believe Jay-Z's worse than Diddy, and I believe
Absolutely.
that. Do you believe he's higher up, you know, in the food chain above?
Now he is. Now he is. He wasn't, which is why I know he's doing everything that he can do to play both sides against the middle, to make sure that Diddy goes down and he stays clean.
Do you think he's scared right now? Do you think Beyonce's scared?
Oh, absolutely.
Jaguar even said it straight up, Jay is next after Diddy. And look at the pattern. Jay allegedly lined up multiple figures in the past, the Haven Big L Dame Dash. Ally's testimony would have exposed how deep this system runs, and that's why she couldn't be allowed to speak freely in court. Interview 8:57/9:50. Cause ask yourself, how does a key witness in a federal trial just vanish? How is there no announcement, no protection, no follow-up from prosecutors? How is it that someone who is about to testify about one of the biggest scandals in entertainment and politics is suddenly a ghost? The answer is simple. This rabbit hole goes so deep that the only move left was to vanish completely, and Katt Williams warned us. Dave Chappelle did it, and now Ally Carter is doing the same. So what do you think? Sound off in the comments. We're watching this story shake up in real time, and if you're here for unfiltered stories and the deeper side of the drama, go ahead and tap that like, hit subscribe, and check out the next video waiting for you.